Procreate, an artist software for the iPad specializing in animation, graphic design, and illustrations. But the question is it worth it as a beginner digital artist or a manga artist? Let's find out, everyone. Alright guys, welcome back to another product review. Today I will be telling you guys the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, and the pros and cons of this amazing app called Procreate for Apple. So we're going to break this video up into 3 segments. It's going to be overall features, cost effectiveness, and then my personal review. And while I'm giving you guys all the info that you could ever want on Procreate, you're going to be watching me color Kurisu here using Procreate. So without further ado, let's get into this program and see if it's right for you guys as beginner designers. So first things first, overall features. Like I said in the intro, Procreate is an app that can do animation, graphic design, and illustration. All pros in one program, which I think is pretty cool. The program itself is very simple to use when you're first diving in. The user interface is very simple. It's not too complicated. So even if you're a beginner designer working digitally, you'll find your way around the system and program relatively easily. Personally, I have not messed with the animation features within Procreate yet, but when I do, I will make a video specifically geared towards that. So all you animation buffs and animation freaks will have a personalized video just for that. But being someone that is a professional graphic designer and manga artist, is Procreate worth it? That's the big question. And my answer to that question for you guys is that it's up to you. Just like I tell anybody that's buying digital art software these days, the software isn't going to make you a better artist. You have to still work and grind like everybody else, learn how to use the software, and then make some really cool stuff using that specific software, whatever software you buy. So a couple of quick pros is, like I said, user interface, very easy to navigate. Download, it's not a big like file type, so you don't have to worry about taking up a lot of space. Relatively small file size, and overall very crisp designs that you can make. Like, it flows and processes really well. So it's a very good program for beginner graphic designers and manga artists. The only con that I have with the overall feature, just downloading it fresh from the internet, you know, you're not adding anything to it, just the base program. The only con that I could say is Procreate does not allow vector art, and for graphic designers, that's a pretty big thing, because, you know, we like to have our stuff made to vector so we can adjust it, we can manipulate it, and send it off to companies for posters, shirts, whatever we're making. So Procreate does not offer vector, so keep that in mind. If you guys are strictly working on vector, might not be the program for you. You can still sketch and design in it, but if you're trying to do stuff in vector, you're gonna have to export it out to some other software to do vector stuff. So as for the overall features, excluding animation, even though animation is included in what you buy, I give the overall features a good 7 out of 10. Very easy to get a hold of, very easy to just start diving in and drawing and coloring. I think anybody could do it. All right, on to the next part. Cost effectiveness. Is this program worth the money I'm putting into it? So for those of you that have been designing and been drawing and creating already, whether you're using Adobe, whether you're using Clip Studio, you know that those softwares can be really expensive. With Adobe subscription and just Clip Studio's upfront cost of like $250 when it's not on sale, it can be pretty pricey. So is Procreate worth the money you're putting into it? Well, the answer to that is yes, it is. Procreate's only 10 United States dollars. I don't know what the translation is for everybody else, but here in the US, it's $10. It's a one-time purchase, and everything else you want to put in the program, whether it's custom brushes, you know, backgrounds, whatever, you get all of that from the internet. And then from there, whether you would pay for those or, you know, find them for free, that's up to you. But the initial cost of just this program on the App Store is $10. And that's relatively cheap for a program that pretty much can do the same thing what a lot of other programs can do, like Clip Studio and Adobe. But as I always say, it doesn't matter what the program can do, it's what you can do in the program. Because you can be a terrible artist and buy this program and still be a terrible artist. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to learn how to use the software regardless of what you download and what you buy. You're still gonna have to learn how to do it. You're still gonna have to get better at drawing, whether it's digital or traditional, and you're gonna have to just, in quote, get good. So in terms of cost effectiveness, I give this a 10 out of 10. I definitely think everybody has $10. And if you're trying to get into graphic design or digital art, and you know, and you just want somewhere to start, and you don't really know where to go, I definitely recommend Procreate because it's $10. You either have $10 or your parents have $10. I think it's a good investment just to get your feet wet into the digital world of design, and I definitely think it's a great price. And last but not least, my overall personal review. So my overall review, I'm going to start out with saying I'm going to give Procreate a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because of the vector stuff. Because I'm a designer. I love having my vector stuff. I just like having that option. And and coming from Adobe and Clip Studio, which is what I mainly use. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm an advocate for Clip Studio. I love that program. It offers vector, so that's something that I look for when I'm downloading software for art. I like to have that option. Even if I don't use it, I just like to have that option. But if you are a beginner artist or professional artist and you do manga and comics, anime art, background scenery, anything like that, or you're getting into it, Procreate can definitely do that for you. I'm not a big background digital painter. I'm learning how to be. So it's definitely helping in terms of just doing stuff really quick and easy with custom brushes and textures and preset stuff. It's very, very cool. So if you guys are trying to get into digital art, or even anime and manga, because it can do both, you just have to put your mind to it and figure out the settings and what you can do in the program, and you can make some really cool stuff. It doesn't matter what program you use. Like I said, like I've been saying this whole video, it doesn't matter what program you use, whether it's expensive, whether it's cheap. If you're creative and you can do stuff on any program, you can make any program pretty much bend to your will. And with that being said, guys, like I said, advocate of Procreate now, $10, not bad. So if you're interested in digital art and you want to get your feet wet, go buy it. Thanks for watching this video. I think the Kurisu illustration came out pretty good. Make sure to go check out some of my stuff, and as always, keep drawing and creating, and we'll see you guys for the next product review.